Hello, welcome to Reality Awareness. So I've just come out of the Trust Your Intuition support and activation call in Life Purpose Legacy, and I started really diving into a bit of an energetic update. Solstice, full moon, there's so much dropping away. There's 2 Capricorn full moons that are creating like a brand new foundation in the middle of this 2024 black line that we've been wondering what the black line is, but also it's a transitionary year out of a 20-year cycle. It's a big one, right? And so I really want to share some messages around this potent little vortex of time with solstice, it's like a poultice, solstice, and maybe it is like a poultice on the wound. Is that what that is? Like a poultice on the wound. A poultice on the wound. And that's really interesting. I'm just checking poultice. That's what it is, right? Yeah, a poultice on the, a poultice on the wound. That's so interesting. Because on a collective level, there is so much wounds dropping out. Like everything is just dropping out right now, right? So I'm just going to share this live stream, and then I'm going to speak about this because I just feel like there's some really important messages coming through. The one that I just shared in the Trust Intuition group was really potent. So just let me share this and let me know if you feel this choice point time. Like it's like, you know, it's like this dimensional shift. Okay, hang on, I'll just share this before I start channeling all these messages. Okay. One more place. Let me know if you guys are feeling this energy, feeling the solstice. What are you doing for solstice? It's midsummer over in the northern hemisphere, and it is the winters here. I always look forward to winter solstice here in the southern hemisphere that I am, because then I'm like, yes, the days get longer and it's going to get warmer. Little bit by little bit, it gets warmer. Not really a cold person. Some people think I'm cold. Okay. I do better in the warmth is what I'm trying to say. All right, let me bring these comments up here. Okay, so choice point, drop aways, new foundation, the old can't come, solstice, 2 Capricorn full moons, and a new potent cycle begins. So really the way that I was like seeing this message was really around like this 2024 black line. The energies are really strong in essence of like, you know, like right now. So we've got solstice tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this, could be now. Then we've got the full moon the next day. And then we start Master Manifester a couple of days, 2 days after that, a day after that. And what's really interesting is that I just found out this morning that there's 2 Capricorn full moons. So there's a full moon now, and then the next full moon is also in Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is a very stabilizing, grounded earth sign. It reminds me of Taurus in essence of like, Capricorn's really good at building solid structural foundations that last a lifetime. And so what's really intriguing for me is that there's 2 Capricorn full moons in the middle of the year. And this year is a transitionary year out of an old 20-year cycle and into the new. So whatever astrological, remember we're talking about it a lot, like February, March, April, and it was like there's a big shift happening in this 20-year cycle, right? And so this 20-year cycle that is like shifting, whatever planet shifting, and then remember at the end of the year, I don't know if it's Mars goes retrograde or something, I don't know, I'm not an astrologer, but there's something, another sort of potent shift, and I feel like there'll be a bit of a rehash of like the start of the year and even now. So right now, as I described it, I wonder if I should draw it. Right now, as I described it, like in the Trust Intuition group, and I was doing more specific messages for the TYA group in there. which by the way, I was guided to open Life Purpose Legacy. So Life Purpose Legacy and Trust Intuition are the same space. However, with Life Purpose Legacy, I've been guided to open up a monthly membership option. So basically you can join the inner circle and get access to all the trainings that I do for Life Purpose Legacy. So there's weekly live trainings in there and support calls each week. And then you get access to all of any course that I release. So Master Manifestor, you get automatic access to. Full moon ceremonies, you get automatic access to. So any course or meditation that I release, you get automatic access to for as long as your membership is active. So if you want the details for that, just comment legacy below, because the investment for the monthly membership will go up at the end of the month. However, you get grandfathered in on that price. So when you join, you just stay on that price, no matter if there's any price increases. So the way that I could see this sort of energy playing out right now is like, I'm just going to draw like the full moons. Oh my God. Okay, now I'm going to go a bit crazy with this. Oh dear. Okay, don't mind me. So this is 2024, okay? Hang on, I think I do need to turn this camera around. All right, getting into some details here, guys. Bear with me. Starting to stream through the messages. Are you ready for this? Oh my God, this is blowing my mind already. I'm just wondering if I can show you this at the same time. So there is, okay, should I do just one thing at a time? Yeah, I'm jumping all around the place, but just let me do one thing at a time. I'm just gonna bring this up so I've got it here to show you in a second. Okay. I didn't know this was turning into a big black line update, so it is. Because we're in the peak midsummer, midwinter, like turning point. Okay, this is a turning point. So we've got the 2024 black line that I've spoken about. However, here we are in June, and then we're sort of moving into July, and these are the full moons, right? So this is a full moon, and this is a full moon. Now right here, we have the solstice. Okay, so it's like this pivotal portal, and it's almost like, and the way I'm seeing it is like this, that whatever's happened in the past, so this is January, right? January and obviously prior, as we move through this portal, look, here's the blip. Isn't that interesting? So, okay, so anything that's gone on in your life is coming to a head here. Like it can't go forward anymore. And what that can look like is old patterns, ways of thinking, you know, like just anything in your life. And the sort of key factor here is it's anything in your life that is of the old you. So if you've been shedding layers in yourself, if like tornadoes and hurricanes and the spiraling energy, some people have been experiencing this as vertigo. Now, there's always the physical symptoms of vertigo, etc., that you need to look into. I love medical medium stuff for that. Like physical is really important. I'm talking energetics here, but physical is really important, okay? So there's been a lot of people experiencing this vortex, okay? And so January to June, solstice is here, full moon. So both full moons in Capricorn. Now, before I jump ahead, I'm going to finish this part where I'm explaining here, is that what became really apparent to me is, you know, like Capricorn is a very, as I said, grounding, really good at structures, systems, you know, and so for full moon to full moon, where it is both in Capricorn. Now, why this is blowing my mind so much is because I'm like, wow, like here's the 2024 black line that we've all been curious about, and this old, like whatever's been old relationships, old, like it just can't come through this portal anymore. And as we're flicking over a 20-year cycle of whatever astrological pieces are happening on this 2024, and I believe there's a big thread jumping back to, you know how like people have been talking about, I don't know if it was last year or the year before. So Pam Gregory had released something about some big astrological lineup that hadn't happened since the start of the American it's not, I don't know if it's the American Revolution, but from like 1773 when it landed, and then there was, I think it was like a 4 quadrant of planets or something, and it hasn't happened since back then. And now it's like collapsing, right? And so this is so interesting as well, as we come into a head, Capricorn, 2 full moons, it's like this little blip, this little gap, and it's creating a new foundation. And then whatever's coming out here into the new era, like this stuff can't come. So if you've been experiencing like I said, like vertigo or lightheadedness, or like what's happening with my brain, or like just weird, like am I right? Like, there's a lot going on that a lot of people are experiencing. And so alongside this sort of like, okay, well, it's really clear the old can't come in, the new has to come in, and the old can't come with it, okay? Yeah, we've had the full lineup of planets. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. So that's so interesting, right? So the full moon, June, July, solstice here, whatever's happening here, July, Capricorn. So this is like a circle, that's a circle, and then the whole thing's a circle in the months from the full moon to the full moon. I always talk about the cycles and the circles. Okay, I was talking about something here. So alongside this, just gonna pop this next bit in here. Alongside this, I'm just gonna draw it on another piece of paper for a second and then come back to this, because the way, actually I'll just do it with my hands. The way I've also been describing this to my clients and students is like, there's been a dimension shift, right? There's been a dimension shift, there's been a frequency shift. A lot of us have felt that. That's why we've been feeling like this for like the last several months now. And I'm like, I don't know that everybody's feeling this. I think there's a group of us that have really shifted, and there's just still normal people. It's not 3D to 5D, because how do we really know? And aren't we past that yet? Or I don't know, right? I don't know what the D's are. It's irrelevant to the fact that we've shifted something. And so if we were a frequency and now there's a group of us or a collective is separated, like we've shifted to a higher frequency, but there's still a level of density that's here, right? And it's like this group. And that's why all of a sudden this can't come, because at this point, if you remember a little while ago, I was sharing an energy update, and it was like we're traveling along this way, and like, oh, we've gone 45 degrees this way. And I'm like, now we're 45 degrees over there, and we've actually separated, and now we're in a new dimension. We're sort of like in an intertwining bit for a little bit, but now we've literally popped out. And so that's why all of a sudden, pop, like whatever is dropping away is dropping away. Like things that you just didn't like, well, I didn't see that one coming. So this separation, right? So it's like if it was two spheres that have now separated, we're in a new dimension. And that's also why bodies are feeling weird. There's a lot of light energy coming in. We know the magnetic sphere isn't like there anymore. The solar flares bringing in the light codes. Like there's all of that combined with it, okay? Now what's really interesting, when I just drew these circles, the lines and the circles, I just saw the other day, and then it came in my feed again. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this or not, if it'll come up. So there's an account I follow on Instagram. She shares all the crop circles. I sort of watch that stuff, but I don't, but I'm intrigued, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And, you know, some of them I'm like, oh, that's interesting, and I just sort of flick past them. The other day she posted one, a new crop circle. It was like the first one this year or something, or this season or something. I don't know. I don't really follow it. Hadn't been one for a while. And then there was this, and I was like, it caught my attention because I was like, oh, this is really interesting. I don't know if I'm going to show you. So there it is. And that's it there, right? And I was like, you know, it just looks like a bunch of circles, but look at the circles that I just drew. Now I know it kind of looks kind of different, but as soon as I drew those circles, I was like, oh, that looks like, that looks like, oh, that's interesting. And then she just did another post earlier today on it. So the quintuplet, sometimes referred to as the Celtic cross, is a symbol of Merlin and the Shining Ones. The latter, synonymous with the Nitiru or Nutir, the Egyptian creator gods who brought knowledge to humanity. Interesting. Those who are shifting, everything's dropped away. Your old life cannot come in this new portal because this is a new structure to everything that's being built from here on out. And so everything is dropping away and falling away for this new foundation here. So the reason I'm sharing this is because it feels like a really important, potent time for you to be super clear on where you're going, what you're doing, who you're bringing in, who you're leaving behind, all those things. Now, if you're feeling good and then all this stuff's come up, that's because you've hit the wall, so to speak, and it just can't come with you. It's like if you weren't dealing with it here, you have to deal with it here. Like you have to. Like you're forced to, you may. So, okay, what are other messages that I wanted to share about this? Oh yeah, and so we've got solstice, right? And solstice is this sort of tipping, turning point of this shift and really coming into a place where you're able to, like, I want to say direct, like it's like the drop away or the void. Maybe that's what I was getting, because I got the message the other day when I went out under the stars, the void of 3 days is coming, which I just feel is like, you know, not an actual glitch, but like there's a shift coming. There's a glitch, there's a change, there's a shift, whatever you want to call it, right? So, okay, so we've got solstice tomorrow, and then we have the full moon on Saturday. So the full moon ceremony we are holding, and those who are in Master Manifestor get access to the full moon ceremony as well, because I feel like it's such a crucial, potent solstice, full moon, Master Manifestor. And then I was like, in Trust Intuition, I was like, oh my God, I'm starting Trust. We're doing Master Manifestor over this 3 weeks. Master Manifestor is run for 3 weeks. It's a 3-week vortex. And look at the friggin' timing that intuitively was like downloading to do this in the stabilization of the new, of the new energy, the new foundation. And this is what I was saying I said the other day, I'm pretty sure, that Master Manifestor is not a place for healing. Master Manifestor is a place for manifesting, bringing your dreams to life. Like this is the etheric form landing in the tangible form. And then I just in Trust Intuition, I was like, oh my God, we're doing it over this portal. I only found out this morning there's 2 Capricorn full moons. Okay. Yeah, nauseous as well. There's been that. It's that sort of like, you know, and yes, there's the vertigo, the, you know, like physical health, the viruses, the all, like it's essential. But so many of us have been feeling it. It's like, And yeah, there's a full lineup of planets. There's been so much planet stuff, right? So yes, the divorce and the ex can definitely stay through. No through the gateway. No. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I've had vertigo for months. Yeah, so interesting, because one of my students in Trust Intuition brought this up too. She said she's had it too. I've been feeling it. And, you know, now like I know all the medical medium stuff, and I'm like, yeah, time to cleanse my body out, etc. But so many of us have been having it, and that's when I was like, there's something more going on here. Like, oh yeah, and so I can draw over it now. So when I was talking about, like, if you know how I said about the 2 spheres, right? If we're literally separating and there's 2 spheres, which has been talked about for a couple of years, right? Splitting in 2 and stuff. I think it's a consciousness shift. What I see is like, there's also this here, you know, it's sort of like the new sphere is over here, and this is the other sphere here. So it's kind of like this, which again, when we look at the crop circle that just came through, isn't that so interesting? Never really been drawn to the crop circles. Well, I have. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But I thought it was just like a frequency push, which on a bigger scale, well, that just blew my mind. It was like, if we really look at it from a bigger out there perspective, that is a frequency push. Like, you know, it's just like a push into reality. Like, you know, if it was like, if we're a 3rd dimension, there's 4 and 5. It's realities that we can't really comprehend, but someone could, you know, that makes total sense. Okay. Brings so much light to my situation. It's so interesting, right? So interesting. So what are you choosing to do from now to the next moon, right? From moon to moon. Which space do you want to be in? Where are you focusing your energy, your time, attention? So in Master Manifestor, this is like, now I'm aware of all of this energy, absolute exponential next level of what we'll be channeling through. And I held Master Manifestor this time last year as well, and I didn't realize till just the other day, and I was like, I know we did it around this time, and when I looked, it was pretty much identical, and I was like, wow, like when I really hold my courses, my classes, I do it so intuitively on all the edit, like it's like I just do it intuitively, and then I find out all the information, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I see what we're really doing here. We're really like working the energies and like, you know, mastering the energy to bring it into reality. So if you want the details, the Master Manifestor, just comment Master below. If you want the details for Life Purpose Legacy, as I said, I've opened up a monthly membership option, which gives you access to the inner circle, which means you get access to every course. Every course that I hold, you get a pile of like access to the content vault as soon as you sign up, and you're grandfathered in on that monthly membership price. So when the price increases at the end of June, then you will stay on the current membership price. So if you want the details for Life Purpose Legacy, you get access to, as I said, the weekly trainings that I go live in there as well. So every fortnight I do a Life Purpose Legacy training, which is about money mindset, your energy, embodying wealth, abundance, energetics, and understanding how to bring your purpose to reality, but how to leave your legacy, not just live what you're here to do. So, and change the freaking world in the process, by the way. So that's every fortnight. And then I also do the Trust Intuition support call as well. The full moon ceremony is happening on Saturday. If you'd like the details for that, just comment moon below and I'll send you the details for the full moon ceremony as well. So you're so very welcome. Yeah, there's lots of head stuff going through, and if we look at like we're birthing and crowning, you know, and that's why the dragons have been here as well. That the dragons have come back really strong at this time. They're connected to the crown chakra. They help to keep all the darkness out of the gate as you birth through into a new reality. Like it's quite strong. That's quite strong. That's huge. All right, just wanted to pass this message on today. So I'm going to love you and leave you guys. And let me know if this has helped you. I shall see you very soon. Bye.